Chris Eubank will knock out Conor Benn on April the 26th.
Go on, Frank.
I hope Conor Benn knocks him the out.
Times 2.
30 seconds into the first round.
The British public deserve to see AJ v Fury in 2025.
I mean, we probably should have done a little bit more to get that done previously. We're not wholly to blame. I just feel that now, with the belts removed, with the politics removed, and with both fighters still in or around their prime, now's the time. That's what I feel. It's all up to one man. And that man has walked away from the sport, full respect. And if that's how it's going to be, you can't blame him for that. But he holds the key to giving the British public what we've wanted for a long, long time.
Can you convince him out of retirement, Frank?
I strongly disagree he should come out of retirement, because he should only do that if he wants to do it. And if he wants to do it, I strongly agree that we should get the fight on. It's look, Tyson's like AJ, he's done everything he can do in boxing. 2-time world champion, they've both done that. Everybody wants to see that fight, of course they do. I'd love to have seen it and maybe still see it. That is down to what Eddie says. It's all down to one man. If he wants to do it, he'll do it. If he don't, he won't. And whatever he wants to do, I agree with him.
We're ready.
Would it end in a knockout?
I've always believed we win that fight by knockout. But no.
It's like a game of chess. Strongly disagree, strongly disagree.
I'd rather be a Spurs fan than an Arsenal fan right now. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. And I'm a Spurs fan.
Yeah. Why is that, Eddie?
I mean, look, I'll say a borderline Spurs fan. I am a Spurs fan, but Leyton Orient took over my heart, who are flying, by the way. So we'll stick to Orient, but I just can't, the reality is the quality in North London just seems to be coming from over there. And, I guess a lot of people say, well, hardcore Spurs fans will say, well, I'd always rather be a Spurs fan, but I'm not hardcore enough to take the reality away from the situation.
I'm going to change that. I disagree with that. I disagree with that statement because I've got to say that if I'm a Spurs fan, what else have I got to go for? You never do anything. I mean, when was the last time they won any trophy or anything? I'm a North Londoner. I come from Islington. I went to school in Highbury Grove. I've been Arsenal since the first match I went to, I was 8 years of age. And I look at Spurs, and when they start singing that they're the only club in North London, I remember when Spurs, Tottenham's ground was in Middlesex. It wasn't even in London. So you've got to live with that, boys. That's all you've got to go. You've got to think it, and you're delusioned and delusional. But let's get it right. There's only one team in North London, the Reds.
Which current Premier League player do you think would make the best boxer?
I mean, judging by the size and athleticism, the one for me is Haaland. When I saw him at the Man City training ground, I've never seen a specimen like it. I mean, it actually reminded me a lot of myself in many ways. No, but seriously, like the legs, the power, he's a beast.
I'm a better boxing promoter than the person opposite me. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we agree on that.
I think that's, despite our newfound positive relationship, that's something we're always going to be competitive about. And we need that. We need that.
Eddie, why do you think you're a better promoter?
I think that, what I'll say is this. I'll say, as a younger, less experienced promoter, I think I will have attributes that are better, and then I will have attributes that I can't compete with. In the same way of experience, you can't buy. I would just say my youth can be an advantage, but the experience can also be an advantage.
Frank, what's your reply?
Well, I've been doing it now for 47, 48 years, and we're still top of the game. It's top of our game, doing what we're doing with ups and downs, because that's how you appreciate good times. and learn your experiences from. Eddie's a very, very good promoter. There's no doubt about that. He's a very good promoter, and he's got a good head for promoting and knows what it's all about from that perspective. And I like to think I have. I'm still doing it. I'm sure he won't want to be doing it when he gets to my age, but I'm a boxing junkie, and I enjoy the cut and thrust of it. To be at the age I've got to when most people retired 8 years ago when they're 65, they're putting their feet up, they're more sensible than me. He's snapping at my heels. He's that much away from getting there, there's no doubt about it.
Chris Eubank will knock out Conor Benn on April the 26th. 3, 2, 1.
That's a hard one.
Which way are we going to go?
I'm going to go with my heart.
Go on, Frank.
I hope Conor Benn knocks him the out.
Times 2.
30 seconds into the first round.
I think if you're speaking with your head, what makes this a 50-50 fight is the size. I don't rate Chris Eubank Jr. I think he's well past his best, but he's a lot bigger than Conor Benn. He doesn't have Conor's speed, combination punching, movement, ferocity, but he's a bigger guy. And I think Conor's got to land early and catch him nice and cold, and it would be absolutely sweet as a nut.
I'm not a big fan of Eubanks for lots of reasons. He's 36 years of age now, and he's not won any significant title. When he stepped up, he's got beaten in every time he stepped up. And I feel that Conor, being a smaller guy, he's still not done it yet. I'm not seeing him where he's really done it, but I just want him to win. I really want him to win, and I hope he does win. And if you had another I strongly disagreed, I'd be at the glass would be on there. So I hope he does the business. Come and do it, Conor.
Like it or not, YouTuber boxing is the future of the sport. 3, 2, 1.
Maybe me and Frank are a little bit too long in the tooth. I don't know. YouTube boxing, it's just...
No, it's not. Are you talking about YouTubers as boxing? Then definitely not, no.
Eddie, if MrBeast decided to do a boxing match, you wouldn't promote it?
No.
No?
No. I did. Listen, 2 things that we need to remove from my legacy. Number 1, I promoted Jake Paul's professional debut. Number 2, I promoted Logan Paul against KSI, which was one of the biggest ever YouTube fights at Staples Center, Los Angeles. Made a lot of money on both occasions, cringed for the entire duration. Super smart guys, great self-promoters, great content creators, but just not for me. It didn't give me a spark, it didn't fire up my heart or my belly, and it was one and done. We concentrate on the real stuff.
And the only one I've ever been involved with, to my knowledge, because I'm getting old and I forget things, was Tommy Fury against Jake Paul. And, you know, Tommy was a fighter at the level he was at. Jake was at a very, at that same sort of level. They were not, at that stage, I couldn't even say either of them would have won a British title, but it done massive business. And Tommy, from his perspective, won the fight and made more money than he probably would have done in his career as a professional boxer.
I'm mad to think that no one even talks about the fact that Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury.
No, and that's it. But he's got a following, and the people were entertained and got what they wanted. Jake
Paul could last 3 rounds with Anthony Joshua. 3, 2, 1. You've seen he's called him out, presumably.
Yeah, in 2026. I mean, that's like me saying I'm going to go for the gold at the 2028 Olympics for surfing. It's clickbait, but he might just be mad enough to have a go. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. I mean, you saw a guy who has the same size as AJ and who has much more ability than Jake Paul, which is Francis Ngannou. And you saw what happened to him, and that was scary for a while. So, yeah, we can joke about it, but I don't recommend it for Mr. Paul.
I like Jake. He's a good promoter, very good promoter. And he's a funny guy. He's got a great sense of humour, got good people around him, the key, so they know their business. There's a massive weight disparity, and that's a tough thing to give away, especially with somebody who's got so much physical advantage over him, and he's a young guy AJ. He's not an old guy, he's a young guy. Will it happen? Who knows? Anything happens sometimes in our sport. But I think that is a big ask of Jake beating him. Big ask.
How many rounds could he last, hypothetically?
Well, it depends. I mean, he could run around for a round. He could hold. I mean, but when he lands flush once, the fight's over. Cheers, Frankie.
Cheers, my old son.
Enjoy that.
I loved it.
Cheers.
Good boy.
See, I've got to find. This is the one right here. This is the winner. If they ever made just a tube of orange Smarties, I would buy those every time. Incredible.
So
Stupendous.